one of basketball's great traditions, great environment. I thought our guys played an unbelievable first half outside of the middle 10 minutes of the entire game, meaning the last 5, and then the first 5 in the second half. Overall, I thought we did some things and we executed the right way. I'll have to watch more of the film. They did a great job getting to the free throw line. We shot 0 free throws in the first half. I thought the game was physical enough where at least we could come away with 1 or 2 that would have broke the momentum in that last 5 minutes, but it didn't. Excellent game plan. We just wasn't able to put the entire 40 minutes together.
Questions?
Dennis, what would you say went wrong in that middle 10 minutes there, especially that 12-0 run time to the first half?
It's simple. They scored, we didn't. The other part of it is the majority of their points were in the paint. We fouled some three-point shooters, which are things you can't do, especially on the road against anyone. I thought they were able to get some great looks, but ultimately being able to cut those points in the paint in half. Who would have thought Hunter Dickerson would have 2 points at halftime? Nobody. I thought our guys did a tremendous job. We had an excellent game plan, but you take that away and you still give up sort of some points in the paint, and I don't think we were able to score in those moments. We knew they would go on a run, but we just wasn't able to score. No different than in the second half. I thought it was a drought by both teams, and we did an excellent job, unlike the last 5 minutes, of holding them down to no field goals, but more so free throws.
Dennis, what was that plan that was effective against Dickinson? And then second part, what do you think of Connor's second half, kind of helping you guys get back in?
Well, I think his teammates challenged him in the right way. Sean and Nick challenged Connor in the second half, and he was able to get going. The other part of it is, in terms of the game plan, obviously he's one of Dickerson is one of college basketball's best centers, along with Zach Edey. There's no doubt about it. 20 and 10 is what he's averaging. He had an excellent second half, finished with 11 points in that second half. Some of those came off at least one of them came from the free throw line, but he was just, at that point, being able to use his physicality. I thought there were some over-the-back calls that we should have came away with the rebound, but we wasn't physical enough. I think Aiden Shaw and Jordan Butler were the 2 guys down there, and we just wasn't able to get Hunter out of that spot. So they did an excellent job doing what they do. This is a unique team. They were at about 60 points in the paint every game that they've won, including free throws, meaning that those 2 things. So we count free throws as points in the paint. Tonight they had 60, 20 made free throws and 42 points in the paint. That's 60 points. So you ain't gonna be able to beat teams like that, especially on the road, and we got to take care of the basketball.
Dennis, what do you hope your team takes away from this game, this day?
Just lessons. I'll have to watch the film to get more specific, but I thought our young guys grew up a little bit just by being in an environment. Jordan Butler, Ant Robinson, Trent Pierce. I loved what I saw from Trent Pierce. I thought he had some open looks. He was able to ignite a run with some defensive effort. The other part of it is being able to have multiple guys make plays. Sean East and Nick Honor, those guys that did an excellent job. Now, they got to take better care of the basketball, which I know they will. They finished with 8 turnovers and 8 assists, and ultimately for our team to win, we can't be in the negative in assist to turnover ratio, and we were 11 assists to 12 turnovers.
If you have a question, please use our mic holders, by the way. Thank you.
Dennis, what went into the decision to, particularly in the first half, to sag off KJ and kind of guard away from, or when the ball was away from him to help off him? Then also, how did you think they handled that kind of during their run when they used him a little bit to go on that run?
Well, that's an excellent question. You just force a team to do something different that they hadn't done as much. Now, ultimately, Big Dickerson, he had a great job of getting over the top, meaning post fronts and different looks where guys would lob it over. I don't think he got one tonight. He scored off second chance points. That's another thing that we have to correct. The other was he uses his body so well to duck in, and our guys were able to wedge underneath and provide some help on the weak side. Our perimeter defense was excellent. We just got to be able to secure some of those second chance long rebounds, which allowed them in the first half to get at least 10 second chance points. So 10 out of there, 41 points for second chance. And we didn't do an excellent job at that. So I'll have to watch the film to really see and dial in. But that was just part of our game plan to try to figure out and make sure that they could do something different.
Hey, Coach, in a game that was filled with big plays by both teams, I think you guys led for most of the first half. And
14 minutes.
El Marco hits.
Excellent 14 minutes.
El Marco hits the 3 and was fouled. I'm just wondering the turning point in that. I mean, how big of a sequence was that?
Well, I want to see the next time a team leads in this arena for 14 minutes to start the game. I don't know when that will take place, but I thought Kansas did a good job of not panicking, and those guys made great shots. We just can't foul 2 3-point shooters in that first half. We gave up, 7 points off 3-point jump shots, and they're not this team this year is a 3-point shooting team for Kansas. So they were still able to make 3 threes, but now you look at the extra points that we gave them off the fouls. Those are things that you can't make those mistakes. So I'm proud of those 14 minutes though. Very proud of them. I thought they were an excellent 14 minutes. We were able to silence the crowd a little bit. These guys played unbelievable to my right and left. And we'll have to just figure out what's next in terms of how we can keep getting better.
Coach, what do you think Aiden Shaw was able to give you in the game plan tonight?
Not enough rebounds. He didn't give me enough rebounds. He had 2 offensive rebounds and 1 defensive. That's not acceptable. In 22 minutes, 3 rebounds. That's 1 rebound every 7 minutes. He needs to be 1 rebound every 3. So it's not excellent. I'm not happy with that performance. I am happy about his shot blocking. I thought he ran down and changed some shots. He had a steal, but when it comes down to the rebounding per minute, it wasn't where it needed to be.
Nick and Sean, in that 14-minute span, you guys were in the lead. What were you doing so well offensively? What was working for you guys?
We was just, creating for one another. We just want to, use the drag ball screens effectively. And I feel like we're 2 guys who can create for ourselves and others. So I feel like we're doing that well. And then, kind of our defense turns into our offense as well. So just playing how we play is good 14 minutes, but we gotta, learn how to play for that full 40.
What was the question?
In that 14 minutes, you guys in the lead. What were you doing so well offensively? What was working for you guys?
We was just attacking mismatches. Going into the game, we knew that Timberlake and Murphy, they wasn't as good defenders as other people on the floor, so we was trying to get the ISO or match up and just exploit it, and that's what we did a little bit. And also, our defense was leading to our offense.
Yeah, also for Nick and Sean, just in that final 6 minutes of the first half there, where every missed shot's getting celebrated like it's a championship winner every turnover, just what was particularly hard about countering that, and just how were you unable to get out of that slump, I guess?
What'd you say?
Just how difficult is it to get out of a slump like that when the environment is as rowdy as it is?
I feel like just the way we practice. I think I said in the interview earlier, Coach Gates really makes practice kind of, game-like for us, whether that's bad calls or anything like that. But he always tells us not to blink. And, when it gets loud like that, you just got to, focus on your team and what you have going on. There's a lot of, distractions going on, but as long as you're focused with your team and everything, we can get through anything.
The things that stand out to me is this, and you have to understand the analytics of basketball. I don't know a team that's going to force Kansas into 16 turnovers in a game at here and on their home court, but we wasn't able to convert. We only had 9 points. That's in the negative. How can we have 9 points off 16 for forced turnovers? Those are opportunities to get to the foul line. We only shot 13, converted 9. We have to be able to score in those moments and make them pay for those mistakes that they make. In addition to that, being able, we got a crunch for time?
Go ahead.
All right. In addition to that, we have to be able to convert better and come away with at least 20 points on 16 turnovers or 16 points on 16 turnovers. And we wasn't able to do it. And those things stand out when you look at where you can steal possession. So we put too much pressure on the half-court execution.
Dennis, when multiple times, not just this year, but last year, you've talked about this program being in that infancy stage.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've grown past that? Why?
Yeah, we're in the infant stages, and I look at, you know, let's just say Kansas. Bill Self's been here for what, 20 years, correct? He's been building for 20, and that's an impact in recruiting. That's an impact when it comes to the success that they've had, but also their culture, and they've done a great job. Nothing against them. We're in the infant stages. We're constantly continuing to get better. We want to continue to connect with our tradition, the success of all our past coaches. And you know, I'm only in my fifth year, you know, as a head coach. So it lets you know where I'm at. You know, I still have growth in my own path that I will take, and make sure that I'll take that with my postseason education and season education and things like that I make sure I'm a part of. You know, hopefully, you know, in the future I'll be here for 20 years, and we can see the same success that Coach Self has had here, and we can have it at Mizzou, and I truly believe we can.
Last question.
Dennis, what happened to Noah and how was he after the game?
Noah caught a cramp, typical cramp in his leg. He did a great job rebounding. He ended up with 7 rebounds in 25 minutes. You know, when I look at the rebound per minute, that is a good stat to have. I just thought ultimately he wasn't able to knock down some wide open looks that he normally knocks down, especially in a crucial part of a run. And you know, it's a learning experience. This is his first time here as well. We got to continue to get better and continue to make sure we learn lessons from this game. I'm proud of where our team is. I'm proud of the guys that are stepping up, obviously, and we'll continue to get better. I'm proud of these 2 guys and continuing to lead how they've led.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.
Am I